Hello and welcome to another Geki's review. Today I'm gonna review Stout 11, a game by Reiner Knizia, published in 2013 by Ravensburger in the US. It's a game that uses domino tiles, like these, in a little new way. I will say right off the bat that is not a deep thinking gamer's game. Is not Tigris and Euphrates or anything like that. Reiner Knizia chose to go with a very simple game, using something that most people are familiar with, domino tiles, to make it into something a little more strategic. Let's see a quick explanation of how the game goes, and then I'll come back for my opinion of the game. So every player starts with one of these setup of tiles. You draw 20 randomly from a bag, and on your turn you have to choose one tile from your hand and place it somewhere on the board with the number matching what is on the tile. The rules are very simple. You will place 3 tiles every turn, and you have to place adjacent to something that is already there. As the title says, 11 starts, so the first tile to be placed will always be an 11, and then you move forward from the 11 spreading on the board. The rules are very simple. If there is something, you can place something else close to it. Otherwise, you have to draw from the bag until you find something that you can play. So if this yellow 15 is on the board, okay, like this, I can then place a yellow 16 next to it, and so forth and so on. There are very few rules that make exception to this, namely when you are on these things, you can cross from one color to another with wild tiles. Like the 17s are all wild, so you can place them on any of the 17 numbered spaces as long as there is something adjacent to it. When you have bridges, these are called, you can cross from one color to another, and if there is a plus, you also draw and immediately place another tile somewhere on the board, ignoring the adjacency rule, so the board gets filled faster and new avenues to play are opened. As you can imagine, there are not many choices in the game, but from the choices you have, you can develop a little bit of a strategy. Basically, it's a simple matter of augmenting your opportunities for playing and reducing your opponents. It's similar to the definition of power in sociology books. You increase your choices, reducing others, and that's power. So this is all there is. The game is fast, plays in under 20 minutes with 2 players, and slightly over 20 minutes with 3 or 4. It's over fast, can be played again. If you know the game really well, you will probably play it in 10 minutes top. And it's a good switch from the standard domino that I personally don't find particularly enjoyable. So there is little to add to the rules and how I explain the game. The components are nice, but nothing out of the ordinary. Plastic, solid tiles, domino quality, I would say. And the tile holders are very, very nice. But beside that, there is no big components in the game. There is no art to speak of. It's a totally numeric, basic game, and is probably a good way to move forward from dominoes or similar games. It has a special element of where to place the tiles, and so you can reduce your opponent's choices, not only depending on which number you play, but also when and where you play it. Also, you play 3 tiles, so you have a little bit of time to construct your turn and build something to which your opponent has to react. Again, the game has nothing to do with the big Knizia designs of days of old. This is definitely a family game, one that you will have no problem whatsoever to introduce to any family member, even if they only played Brahmi so far. This is really simple, yet a player who is used to spatial reasoning and placement will probably win hands down over an unexperienced player. So it's surprising. It's a game that is very, very light, but that allows for experience and skillful playing. There was more than I expected, although I didn't expect too much from it. I would have thought it would be far more mechanical, just draw and place, draw and place, draw and place. It actually revealed itself as a slightly deeper game. When to place on the bridges, when to close your opponent into a corner, leaving them only a couple of numbers they can play, is certainly interesting. On the other hand, it's a game in which you draw tiles from a bag, hoping that the number and the color match your options. I really think it can be a nice gift for non-gamers, friends and family, but if you're looking for something super deep, look somewhere else. I'm glad I had the opportunity to try it. I will be keeping it to play it with my mom or my grandmother. I hope you have the same choice and the same options. And this was a very quick review of Start 11.